It is your favorite time of the week. It is MahalaMonday time. Welcome to MahalaMonday. Thank you very much for joining us for another exciting and live broadcast. My name is Dougal. To welcome everybody, as always, she's here, Rhoda.
Welcome everybody. Hello Dougal. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the MahalaMonday show on a Monday at 6. So we're already live, all excited. Let's do this, Dougal.
Yeah, let's do it. Really exciting to have you along with us. But before we go any further, what we would love you to do is definitely to subscribe. So definitely be part of this. Of course, you can see all the broadcasts. But as always, we bring you exciting shows and newsworthy and definitely shows that uplifts everybody around us. And tonight is no different.
There is no different. Dougal, and it's something very close to my heart because you know what? We're always asking what can we do about our communities. You can't depend on government, you can't depend on the police always. What can you do in your community? And this is one of those things that it really is close to the heart that, everybody should be looking at this program and say, you know what, I need to make a difference in my community. And, this is why we got this beautiful and fantastic people here tonight on our show.
Yeah, so we've got 3 wonderful guests and we're itching to talk to them and we're going to get straight into it. But let's look at it this way, of course. Anyway you look at South Africa as us as a country, of course, then one thing that always falls into the negative side is crime. And when people talk about the crime rate and crime stats and all of this. And then, as Rhoda said, a lot of times we but surely there should be a better way of collaborating. Surely there should be a better way of collaboration. Now, this is what this is all about. This is where communities and business and the state all get together and, of course, to make the place that we call home a much safer and a much prosperous place. So we're very fortunate and lucky today to be joined by some amazing people that definitely make a huge difference. And we're going to hear some exciting stuff about projects, involvement, and just this whole collaborative work and how you can get involved, how we can all be involved with this, of course, and the way forward. So let's introduce people straight away, Rhoda, because we are joined by people here from Business Against Crime, and we've got a lot of people today.
There's a lot of them. So the first guest that I'm going to introduce is for Chairperson, and he's the Executive Program Manager of BAC, and that is him there, Business Against Crime SA. Then we've got Natasha de Villiers, and she's a Vice Chairperson of the Richwood Neighbourhood Watch, and also the Missing Person, Western Cape Missing Persons as well. Then obviously we've got Hubert Paulse, and he's the Western Cape Chairperson for the BAC SA. Welcome everyone.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Wonderful to have you along. Welcome to MahalaMonday. For Chairperson, we can start with you straight away. Quickly, Business Against Crime. Quickly, to people who have never heard about it, what is Business Against Crime?
No, Business Against Crime was established in 1996 already, when then President Mandela requested business to get involved in the fight against crime. Through a number of things, but mostly for providing expertise to assist government to fight crime. So it's a non-profit organization, been in existence from 1996 until today.
So it has been around for a little bit. It's been doing its thing, and of course, collaborating in terms of businesses, helping the state or the police, for that matter, with crime. Now, of course, we know that there's some interesting concepts that is coming, and the E2 concept is one such thing. And we've got a little video that we're going to have a look at. Is there anything we need to know about the video, or can we watch the video straight away?
Yeah, let's watch the video straight away.
Let's go straight into it, because this is exciting. All right, so this is the E2 initiative with Business Against Crime, and it's a quick video. Just have a quick look at this.
With the Eyes and Ears initiative now implemented in all 9 provinces, a number of districts and an ever-growing membership, E2 is even more determined to ensure South African businesses, metropolis and communities are safer and protected. Through the E2 initiative, private security companies and approved non-private security industry role players relay critical crime-fighting information to a number of SAP's operational command centers where E2 personnel are stationed. The E2 is utilizing the members' widely distributed geographical deployment footprint, the constantly growing network of privately owned surveillance cameras, license plate recognition systems, drones, helicopters,
update from the Bidvest Project Queen 5 helicopter on behalf of the E2 project.
Fusion centers and artificial intelligence capabilities, to name a few, to generate more accurate and timiest actionable alerts and information to improve the situational awareness of the SAPs to enhance operational response. Drone technology has proven that the sky is no longer the limit, but a strategic vantage point for ensuring the safety and security of communities. From their bird's eye view, drones offer real-time situational awareness, allowing police to swiftly and effectively assess and respond to otherwise challenging environments. Integrating automatic number plate recognition systems into the police vehicles provides a dynamic platform for high-efficiency proactive policing. When requested by SAPs, the E2 monitors potential volatile situations and deploys operationally. For example, during the national elections, strikes and unrest, where the stability in South Africa is heavily dependent on the complete situational awareness and tiniest response from the SAPs. In an ever-changing world where technology and artificial intelligence are rapidly enhancing, Business Against Crime South Africa, through its public and private partnerships, is committed to assisting the SAPs by providing expertise, information, and support to enable the SAPs to have an edge over criminals. E2 is ready to protect what matters, react when it matters, to make South Africa a safer place. The E2 initiative is a joint venture between Business Against Crime South Africa, the South African Police Services, willing private security companies, and businesses. The real heroes of the E2 are the police, other law enforcement agencies, and the numerous security companies that provide their services voluntarily and at no cost. Hashtag Eyes and Ears SA. Hashtag Together We Serve SA.
Wow.
It is a fascinating video when you look at that quick. That is really exciting stuff that we see. There are a lot of technological advancements and lots of
drones.
yeah. It looks absolutely brilliant. So, Fushia, tell us about the video in this E2 concept.
Okay, that's powerful. I mean, if you just look at the video, even myself, that have seen this video so many times. During the elections, we had 20 helicopters in the air monitoring the situation, just to give you an idea. So it was powerful. But let me just start with the concept, and if you want to know a little bit of the history, we can go to that as well.
Please do.
The concept is basically to use a private security industry and, of course, approved non-private security industry role players geographical deployment footprint. This is typically where they operate, where their cars drive around, where the neighborhood watches are. The technology, like you've seen in the number plate recognition there, drones, helicopters, AI, fusion centers, and then all sources of information. To enhance the situational awareness of the police. Now, situational awareness of the police, or situational awareness is incident information. It's not intelligence. Is there's a robbery happening now? We want the police to know about it as soon as possible. And then the second objective is to enhance operational responses to these crime hotspot areas and violent crimes and trio crimes, cash and transits. So the quicker we can get the police there, the better. So the first objective then feeds into this one, and then the third one is for the E2 companies, approved companies, to create a framework for them to work together and to assist each other. And we've seen quite a lot of these incidents where a security guard was wounded, and another security guard will come and help him immediately, getting the ambulances out, even police and metro police. So that is the sort of the what the E2 is about. It's sort of a bit of a history if you want me to talk about it. It started in 2018. I was in Business Against Crime a few years ago, and then I left in 2018. I rejoined Business Against Crime with the idea that we are going to make a difference when I pack up. Of course, in my desire to make a real difference, I had a few ideas, and I went to Waldo, the CEO of Bidvest Protea Coin, one of the first people that I visited after I rejoined Business Against Crime, and asked him, well, what are we going to do? And he said to me, he's got the idea of private security companies that will work together and work with the police, and we give everybody a halo radio, and they talk to each other. And I said, well, we need to give this thing a name, and we came up with a name. And just as it is, the National Commissioner of Police requested a meeting with Business Against Crime South Africa. Now, that was already almost a miracle to me. After the previous national commissioners that we had. He had a few ideas. He was fairly new in his post, and he had a few ideas, and one of them he called the Private Security Company Activation. And I immediately saw the potential here to marry these two ideas, and that's what we did. And after we presented it to him late night, evening, very late, after we've waited a long time for him, he gave instruction to his division management interventions and, of course, SAPS Legal to look at this concept and see how we can make it work. May 2018, we started with a pilot project, very small one in Gauteng. After many iterations of evaluation and changes and revisions, in December 2019, the National Commission signed it off for a national rollout. We did Gauteng, we did Western Cape, and then COVID happened, 2020. We started to implement as soon as we could get permits to fly again, to go to other provinces. Difficult time for us to implement during that time. People really getting sick. I remember in the Eastern Cape when we did the training, implementation, radios given out to the Provincial Operation Command Center commander. And a week later, I tried to phone him to find out what's happening, why don't I hear from him? And both he and his second in command, the colonel, passed away a weekend after we left of COVID.
Oh, wow.
Difficult times, but we've rolled it out countrywide. I think that's enough for now. I can get very excited about this subject.
I can hear you.
No, but it is really innovative, and it's really in those where we got to tip our hat to Business Against Crime. So just to look at this concept, I mean, because Business Against Crime is a whole group of businesses, organizations together, and of course are making a meaningful contribution in times with assistance with the police when it comes to that, and this E2 campaign or this concept, this is eyes and ears. So this is almost like a 13th man on the pitch, or the extra player that you have now, because all of a sudden there are more eyes, there are more ears, things are a lot more streamlined for this. So that definitely explains the why. But now for this, can anybody join this?
Initially we started off the mandate that we got from the police is for private security companies only. They have to go through a screening process. I mean, you can just imagine what will happen if you have one of your notorious security companies in some of your areas in Cape Town, for example, join an initiative like this, and the police will vet them. And then in July 2021, the minister then at the Rural Safety Conference then asked us to extend the mandate. We couldn't extend it, the police had to extend the mandate. So we did extend it to rural safety organizations like farm watchers, and then also to others and we're looking at the CPFs now, which is a touchy place as well, because it's difficult to get the police to approve them. We do recommend that they work for security companies, but we will take information from anybody that we can lay our hands on and to change this into something that the police can respond to.
I just want to jump off because I just want to jump over to Hubert quickly, and I just wanted to ask him, obviously he's from the Western Province chairperson, and I just want to ask Hubert from this point, from a provincial point of view, has it been successful, the E2 program?
So good evening, everybody, and let me not mince your harder tonight. Let me just focus on the question.
Well done.
Rhoda, the crime landscape demands agility. It demands a proactive mindset. And what we've achieved through the rollout of the E2, for example, and why I deem it is a success, is we've got our police commissioner, the provincial police commissioner, that has bought into this concept, and he's taken personal ownership of the initiative. And the reason, this is the other reason why I think it's been successful. The E2 has lessened the opportunities for criminals to conduct their nefarious activities. We've now got, through business, through private security industries and our communities all working together, you've got this collaborative, cooperative approach to sharing of information and to responding to crime. Let me start by saying, we all want safer neighborhoods, we all want safer towns, streets, and we all agree on that idea. But when it comes to finding a solution, everybody doesn't have we all have our own ideas with regards to finding a solution for reducing crime. And that's where the E2 comes in, and the E2 is very successful in that, where we bring everybody to the party, and the sharing of information, the sharing of resources, just creates that amazing geographical footprint for the South African Police Services. So in a nutshell, and I sound like a politician instead of saying yes and carrying on, it is very successful. Thank you.
Beautiful.
And I can see the success of it, because if I just go back to what we saw in the video, because for sure there was, in the video we saw number plates being read. What is that all about?
Yeah, that's a 20-year project. I don't want to give away my age here, but I started 20 years ago with number plate recognition. We were then invited by the Johannesburg Metro Police, that was the first organization that used number plate recognition in their efforts to collect outstanding traffic fines. So they invited us to say, listen, don't you want to come and see if we can't use the same technology to fight crime? I always joke to say real crime.
Yeah.
And we linked up the police's database of wanted vehicles with these roadblocks, and it was immediately successful. But that was just a few roadblocks, and then I saw a little video, short video of a roaming vehicle driving around in London, and I decided that I want to build something similar. So I had to go out and get 600,000 just for cameras.
Sure.
And a bit of equipment to install in this Toyota Verso. And that was the first roaming vehicle in South Africa. And interesting, after about 6 months, it was the first vehicle in the world that were doing live queries from the vehicle on the police's database.
Wow.
To where we are now, that you've seen in the video, where we do the same with the use of a cell phone.
Oh.
So it doesn't cost us 600,000 anymore. I think if you escalate the 600,000 according to the rising cost, it would have been 2 million today.
Yeah.
So we use a cheap cell phone to do the same. We roll it out in police vehicles, because this is where we want it. The fixed cameras are still very big. Just to give you an idea, the first time that I reported back to the National Commissioner almost 19 years ago, we did 1,000 queries that month. And I said to the National Commissioner, it is like doing 1,000 times that a policeman stands next to the road and query a vehicle's number plate. And today, we're doing 18 million a day.
Wow.
That we do. So that is technology advancements and growing in the project. So it leads to a lot of success. And if you allow me just sort of give you the statistics for the last 12 months, it led to the arrest of 1,200 suspects.
Sure.
1,500 vehicles impounded with a value between 100 million and 300 million. And then more than 100 illegal firearms. And that is conservatively reported, because we don't follow up. So and that's just the number plate recognition that you saw in the E2 video. Remember, that's a small part of E2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it is definitely a small part, as you say. But so now basically, so you could do that. So if there's a camera, whether it's in a police vehicle or a cell phone that's mounted on the dashboard or anything like that, this is just something that records the whole day. And let's say it sees a number plate from a car, registration vehicle number plate that is, you know, the police happen to look for, it happens to be on their database, then it will sort of beep, 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 flag, and they're like, okay, well, here's the car, or, you know, and that's what's happening.
Yeah, 100%. And remember, it's not only the cars. Most of the alerts from cameras comes from fixed cameras in public space owned by private companies that are then verified, and we share that information with the police as it happens.
Oh, so that's real time.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes us 2 seconds to see if a wanted vehicle crosses the border. So that's quick.
That's very quick. That's very
Hubert, I got to ask you, you want to add anything to this this camera?
Yes, I do. You know, the concept of a policeman, like Fushi says, driving down the road and just, you know, all these vehicles are passing him, and he's now got to now decide and almost profile, you know, what is a potential vehicle that's got a bowler on it. What this app does, it allows, it gives SAPs and the SAPs members utilizing it instant alert of suspicious vehicles, and the more efficient tracking and response to vehicles being out there that's stolen. So yeah, it's kind of complemented the E2, but it's also revolutionized the way SAPS does their work now. It's a lot more proactive policing. It's not just a guy driving aimlessly down the road. And the beauty of it, it's real-time monitoring. And therein lies the success of the ANPR light cameras that we've launched.
Oh, wow.
So I think before we're going to obviously find out by Natasha, because Natasha is obviously the proof in the pudding for us. I just wanted to find out by you, but before we go to Natasha, how do businesses, and this is obviously where Natasha will also tell us how she got involved, but how do businesses and communities get involved? At Hubert?
Yeah, so Rhoda, how do they get involved? I mean, if you want to reduce crime in your area, let me start off by saying no business is immune to the growing menace of crime in South Africa. And as a business owner, you're often told that the responsibility to prevent internal and external crime lies with you. But what exactly do you do to create a safe environment for your employees and your business? Well, here's an opportunity for you. Well, here's an opportunity for you to create that safe environment for your business to thrive in. We're starting a campaign, you know, a beating the crime campaign. What we request and what we want is for businesses or communities to support us with, you know, giving us the type of cell phones, whether it's a cell phone, whether it is the money to buy the cell phone, to spread the word in terms of what we're trying to achieve. What we want to do with the phones that we get, we want to repurpose it for the South African Police Services to utilize these cameras in the vehicles. At the moment, we've rolled it out nationally in all the flying squad vehicles, but this gives us an opportunity to almost roll it out into more of the visible and sector policing vehicles. So, you know, get in touch and ask us and almost engage with us to say, you know, we want to make a difference in our communities, and you know, support us in this initiative, not only financially, but also, like I said, the handing of phones so we can repurpose it. But more importantly, spread the word to other business, to other communities, that not only the ANPR cameras, but the E2 and what a difference it can make in your community. So that's what we're currently doing. Thank you, Rhoda.
Perfect.
Thank you, Hubert. And Natasha, thank you for being so patient and for joining us as well this evening. But I want to ask you this, because here we hear basically of how it works and what E2 is, what the E2 campaign is all about. But of course, you now find yourself in a unique position where you also the vice chairperson of the Ridgeworth Neighborhood Watch. You're also part of the missing persons unit out in the Western Cape. Let me ask you this. Joining and buying into this business and a crime and E2 initiative, how has this benefited your neighborhood watch?
Well, to start off, it benefits us in a lot of different ways, especially that if we have any crime incidents or so and we need assistance from SAPS, law enforcement, traffic, or whatever, if we use the E2 WhatsApp group and we report there, the response that we get is much quicker than if you first need to call SAPS on 10111 and wait like 3-4 hours. I reported myself a few incidents on the E2 group, and yeah, I was quite impressed with the quick response we've got. And even, yeah, we've got someone that were missing from the Western Cape Missing Persons Unit side. Yeah. And I asked on the group, or there's someone on this group that is in Canal. We heard we've got someone at McDonald's, and within minutes we've got response, and yeah, the person was found. Oh wow! So it's amazing.
Oh wow! It's basically, it sounds very much like a network, and everybody just interlinked into this network.
Yeah, and we as Ridgeworth Neighborhood Watch, our slogan is "Together We Can." And Businesses Against Crime, it's amazing to see that they've got the same, how can I put it now, the same mission. Yeah. It's nice for everyone to see how everyone works together with each other. That's the only way to fight crime.
So basically, when you look at it that way, and I mean, from your perspective, I mean, we can clearly see that all community policing forums, likewise with neighborhood watches, they will definitely benefit by being part of this.
Yeah, no, for sure. They will benefit.
Yeah.
They just need to come and join.
Just need to join. I like that.
So I want to ask you this quickly, Natasha. You're a member of the Western Cape Missing Persons Unit. Now, I mean, yeah, and when you look at this E2 initiative, Eyes and Ears, and which is really, and I must say, it is just something that really needs to be applauded when it comes to business and crime for really introducing this. When you look at this, this is almost like your lifeline in terms of the Missing Persons Unit, because this is such an important tool in the way you would operate.
Yes, that is for sure. And the message can go out so much quicker and on a broader network by using the E2. It's amazing what they do and how they do it.
And obviously with the technology, I mean, we're watching this video, is that the experiences you also get once you actually send messages on the group, on the E2 for help?
No, for sure. For sure, I can't complain. No, we reported SAPs that we needed for arrest, for breaking in our area. The response were quick. We used them for a vehicle that we reported that looked suspect at Tiger Valley Mall. Oh, wow. And they assisted us immediately. They did the reg check for us while we were online with them. So you don't have to wait a few minutes before you get a response, or ask someone that's maybe not close to a computer that can assist you at that time. So they really, you can only benefit out of it. Really, that's what we experienced up to now.
Good. And then obviously as a neighborhood watch, because there is quite a bit involved, and I know we spoke earlier about the Halo radios, and obviously there's quite a bit involved to be able to connect with the E2 as well. What do you as a neighborhood watch do to actually make sure that you got funding and funds available?
Okay, so what we do is we do fundraisers. We do have an upcoming event, the 5-kilometer Jingle Bell Fun Run Walk, on the 27th of July, the morning, and that is especially to raise funds so that we can invest in the halo radios.
Perfect, perfect. And this halo radios, as we spoke earlier, obviously you will have one, and obviously the neighborhood, whoever's involved in the neighborhood, and if it is a security company, they will also have one.
Now that's up to them to get their own. We as neighborhood
Okay.
watch operators, they've got their own radios.
Perfect.
We do have Fidelity IDT in our area that is registered at Businesses Against Crime.
Okay.
And Titanium Securitas, they also applied by Businesses Against Crime. And we will definitely do our best to get all our armed response companies within our area to
There we
join
go.
them. It's a great benefit to all of us.
Definitely, definitely. For everybody out there that's actually watching this, and this is our neighborhood watchers, our security companies that hasn't joined as yet, what do you want to tell them, Natasha?
Well, if you struggle to get clients, or if you would like to build your company and go bigger, the perfect way to do it, or what I can refer, is to join Businesses Against Crime. Because if I should have joined a company and I know that they are registered with Businesses Against Crime, I'll definitely go with them. Because
Perfect.
everything is so much quicker response for anything that you may need.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And it is definitely that sort of common goal and common interest as well, as you were saying. So, no, thanks for that, Natasha. Fushia, just to touch base with you, obviously there are businesses looking at, like, we definitely want to be involved, as Rhoda said, that might not be involved yet with Business Against Crime. What is the immediate process for any business or organization who would like to join or contribute or just open discussions with you? What would they have to do on their part?
Yeah, I think I must actually appoint Natasha to do our marketing. We're very bad with marketing. So good to hear that the E2 is actually, there's a lot of benefits to it. I'm always amazed when I hear the stories. So yes, I think if you want to join, you can start by doing online application. The website is e2.bac.org.za. So HTTPS website is not a www, so HTTPS /e2.bac.org.za, or you can send us email at e2@bac.org.za, and we will respond to you and assist you to apply.
Yeah, so I just want you to give that email address quickly again. So that's e2@bac.org.za.
That's correct, yes.
All right.
Perfect.
And but this is really fascinating. I mean, because already, I mean, because I don't want to put you on the spot and ask you, but in terms of the numbers, but as you were saying earlier, you were touching base on one or two numbers, and just the successes in terms of number plates, and just the general reduction, or at least awareness, which really eliminates so much other little bits of the process in terms of doing actual police work, because you go right there. So, I mean, these numbers are definitely filling you with pride, of course, and expanding this program in terms of an initiative and getting more involvement with more businesses, more organizations will obviously just speed it up. So, if you look at those numbers there in terms of and that is just May this year. That is since it started up until May this year.
Sure.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's correct. And the figures that's on there are, of course, it grows every day.
Yeah.
I think we stand now about 250 vehicles. Now, that's just from the police vehicles. Remember now, that's not from our initiative itself. So massively effective. And really, if the public can sort of listen to the plea from your side and start giving cell phones or money to get more police vehicles equipped. I'm from Business Against Crime. We're willing to pay for the license fee, but we can't buy the cell phones itself. So that will help. And the same with the Halo radios as well. Just to get the radios out. It's really a good news story. And if you allow me, interesting, when Natasha mentioned the missing person, we had a similar case not so long ago on a Saturday when somebody phoned me and said his father got lost. He's starting to get dementia, and it becomes a cyst to find him. And within 15 minutes, we found him. And the closest security company, and he was kilometers away from his house, about 20 kilometers away from his house. He drove and he got lost. And then the closest security company found him, and I can't, the feeling what you get when you hear over the Mahala radio, guys, we found Billy. He's fine. He's just a bit confused. We're giving him coffee. Please come and fetch him. And that's all the good news stories that you get out of this. And then, there's apart from murders being stopped, and even when you look at public unrest, and the most important thing of public unrest is to stop it before it starts. So that's where we are. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, I can't stop talking about the good news stories.
As long as you have them, and this is really great to hear. So, Hubert, from your side, in closing, when you look at the success that has also been highlighted by Fushia now, when you look at the success and of course the implementation thereof, there's definitely. There must be a lot of confidence from a business against crimes side, and I know you speak on the side of being chairperson of Western Cape. When you look at the involvement, and you can definitely, there's an equitable difference that's being made.
Absolutely. But before I answer you, just I want to come back to Natasha's initiative with regards to the Mahala radio. I think I speak on behalf of Natasha when I say we challenge the MahalaMonday team to be joining this initiative on that Saturday. I think that's what I heard you guys say. Let me hear. Yes.
What date was that again?
The 27th of July.
27th of July.
Congratulations, Mahala team. We look forward to hosting you on the 27th of July. The future of reducing crime has to be a shared vision. We all need to be part of the solution fighting crime. And exactly what she says, and if you listen to the success he talks, and you can see the beaming smile when he speaks of passion. You listen to Natasha. How can you not want to make this program work? How can you not want to be part of the solution? How can you not want to be part of making sure that your kids and your kids' kids have a safer, secure future? Why would you not want to be part of a program like this?
Yeah.
The collaborative approach to fighting crime, the sooner we all buy into it, the sooner we will become a lot more successful.
Yeah.
All I can say from a BSC Western Cape point of view, the support we get from Fushi and the Baxter guys, a lot more can be done from other companies if we support these types of initiatives. If we can get private security industries to buy in, I think it should be safety first, profit second. I think that's the mindset we need to adopt in terms of getting and making this a safer country for all of us. Thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you very much. Natasha, any closing thoughts from your side before we wrap up with Fushia?
Now, I just want to say, of course, another benefit of being part of the Business Against Crime is you've got Hubert for yourself 24/7 a day. He's always available for anything. Thanks, Hubert. You're amazing.
Here we go. Good. Well done, Hubert.
Final thoughts from you, Fushia?
I'm not sure that's a benefit, but let's leave it there. Yeah, no, I think I just want to thank everybody that's part of the E2. It comes sometimes at great cost. I mean, you can think for yourself what it will cost a company to keep a helicopter in the air for national elections, for example, or possible unrest and sponsorship that we do get. So I really want to thank them for that. In the Western Cape, Hubert and his team doing excellent work. Great work. I think a lot of the stability that we see is not measurable, but it is because of the E2, because as soon as something flares up, the police knows about it and they can respond to it. So, yeah, this is a passion. I'm proud of what we've achieved in a fairly short period of time. I'm not talking about the 20 years. I'm talking from 2018, actually 2019, after approval of the project where we are now. More than 350 companies already joined, all the big ones joined. And you were talking about the 13 men on the field. Remember now that the private security industry outnumbers the police by about 5-1, if I'm correct.
Wow.
So it is massive. It is massive, the collaborative effect of this and the force multiplier of what you see here. So yeah, it's a big thing. I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait for it to go to the next phase. I'm not sure what the next phase is. Hubert and myself will have to sit down and have a curry and we make beautiful curry, Hubert. So sit down with him and think what's the next steps in this country, because we need to win this fight against crime.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity as well. Thanks a lot.
It's only a pleasure.
You better quickly, because that's what Fushia is saying is obviously the next phase. And just for people watching this is constantly evolving, because there's always new technologies. There's always new strategies. There's always new partners. Collaboration constantly expands. And when you hear a number of private security, let's say, convert to the police, we're looking at 5-1. This is a continuation. This is an ongoing thing.
Absolutely. We've got to be innovative. We've got to be agile when it comes to utilizing technology. So she's absolutely right. I think we'd be naive if we think we're the only ones looking at innovation when it comes to fighting crime. The criminals out there are looking for innovative ways to do more crime. So this is one way of trying to stay ahead of the pack, and she's absolutely right. The private security industry does outnumber the South African police services. I think it's about 5 to 4-1. And that's why it's important for private security industry to join the E2, because you automatically increase that geographical footprint as well as the operational response to situational crimes. So we've got to be agile, we've got to be innovative, we've got to be part of the E2. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Natasha, thank you so much for joining us. Natasha de Villiers, Hubert Paulsen, thank you so much. Fushia Burgers, thank you so much for being on Mahala Monday, sharing your insights and, of course, sort of educating us here on E2 and all the other things that business crime does. But we wish all of you the best, and thank you once again for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you the 20th.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Cheers. So there you have it. And that is Eyes and Ears, E2, Together We Serve. You see it there up on the screen. And you know what, Rhoda, what is really fascinating about this, because this is a very innovative process. This is a very innovative initiative. This is the mere fact that what Fushia and Hubert alluded to, that it's 5-1, 4-1. In terms of when you look at private security against police. So all of a sudden you're looking at a bigger footprint, a quicker response, a more specified. It eliminates a lot of the sort of search and surge to what police would normally do, you know, before there's actually action. So this is very important. There's that.
So true.
Then there's the bit. When we speak about collaboration, this is a brilliant way to be a productive contributor straight away.
Definitely.
You're straight in it. And there's no more things of standing on the sidelines.
And expecting and waiting for things to happen.
No, this is really it.
This is it.
So this is and of course there's cost, like Fushia said, there's cost involved. We look at helicopters and halo radios, what everybody would like to have, the technology with the cell phones. So this is definitely something where businesses need to get involved. But the one thing, everybody, to Business Against Crime and all their partners and the SAPs, everybody who's involved, absolutely well done. Well done,
definitely. And I just wanted to touch again on it as well. And something that actually stood out for me as well, Dodo, was the fact that he said that Business Against Crime SA is prepared to pay for the licenses of, you know, the phones. We're looking for sponsors out there because obviously they can't buy the cell phones. So you know what? I'm actually just putting it out there. Vodacom, MTN,
do what you got to do, man.
Do what you need to do, guys. We need these cell phones because you know what? You're making a difference within our community. So even if you're a company and you want to sponsor funding or go and get these cell phones and actually bring it to Business Against Crime, please do this.
Yeah.
Like you said, license fees, BAC is giving it. So you know what are you waiting for? You know,
Yeah.
you need to make a difference for our community.
And definitely, this is really an outstanding initiative, and we saw the successes in just since it's launched up until till quite recently. So there's
So true.
definitely
Wow.
statistical
Oh,
benefit here,
wow.
which is absolutely used. What Business Against Crime has done is advance an outcome that we're all trying to. We're certainly trying to advance an outcome we all dream of and we all share. And this is super important, so definitely get involved. Very, very easy for you to do. Of course, that email is a e2@bac.org.za. Definitely get in touch with Business Against Crime. But I tell you what, this was a fascinating conversation with lots of insight, and thank you for that. So to our guests, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast of Mahala Monday. To you, thank you very much for watching. And as always, we ask you to share. And thank you, Rhoda.
Yes, thank you, Dougal. Thank you for your comments, everybody. And don't forget to share.
That's what you got to do. And we'll see you next time on the next broadcast of Mahala Monday. Until then, look after yourselves and everybody around you. Thanks, everybody. Ta-da.
Bye.